Good morning, YouTube. It's Ro here. If you've been here before, thank you so much for coming back. I appreciate you. If this is your first time, I hope you will consider subscribing at the end of this video. At least give me a like. All right, so lately I've been watching a lot of YouTube videos concerning fall gardening. It's that time of year and yay! I'm excited about it. I hope you are too. I've been reading the comments in a lot of the videos as well, and it seems to me that people are kind of hung up on the terminology, confused about it in some places. So I thought, maybe I could shed some light on that. So that's what I'm going to talk to you today, some basic fall gardening terminology. Stick around. So, as stated in the beginning, we're going to be talking about basic fall gardening terminology. Woo! That's a mouthful, but we're going to start with bolting, aka going to seeds. So bolting happens when a crop prematurely grows flower stalks and produces seeds, preventing the plant from creating new, delicious, palatable leaves. Also called going to seed, bolting redistributes a plant's energy away from the leaves and roots to instead produce seeds and a flowering stem. Some crops that readily bolt that you might be familiar with include mustard, spinach, cilantro, broccoli, basil, cabbage, lettuce, and parsley. The next term is dividing. This is the act of digging up and dividing, then transplanting your perennials, which is great for the garden as well as for the gardener. It helps to keep the plants healthy and manageable over time. And as for the gardener, they get the new plants to spread about. Fall's a great time to do this, but not all plants need to be divided in the fall, so do your research first. Things you might want to divide in the fall include peonies, poppies, irises, daylilies, astilbe, lily of the valley, bleeding heart, and phlox. Our next term is starts versus sets when speaking about onions. Starts, now these are little bare root plants that were started from seed and harvested after some growing time. The plants arrive to the customers dormant with dried roots. However, once planted, they plump up just fine, and then they put off some new green shoots. Now sets, these are small, dry, immature onion bulbs that were grown the season before. Onion sets typically yield smaller onions and are more often used to produce green onions. Because sets are in the second year of the onion's life cycle, they are more likely to bolt or grow a flower from the center of the bulb, while onion starts are in their current year of growing and are typically produced larger bulbs. The next term, succession planting. This is the practice of seeding crops at intervals of 7 to 21 days in order to maintain a consistent supply of harvestable produce throughout the season. Succession planting also involves planting a new crop after harvesting the first crop. Some crops you might consider succession planting include carrot, dill, pole beans, lettuce, kohlrabi, kale, radish, and Swiss chard. The next term is cuttings. This is the simple propagation technique to grow new plants with stem cuttings. You can take those stems and place them in water or in soil depending on what you're propagating. Currently, I am propagating my coleus, my pineapple sage, and my scented geranium for next year. And for our final term, it is deadheading. Deadheading refers to removing spent flowers to maintain a plant's appearance and to improve its overall performance. As flowers shed their petals and begin to form seed heads, energy is focused on the development of the seeds rather than the flowers. So regular deadheading, however, channels the energy into the flowers, resulting in healthier plants and continual blooms. Some plants you might consider deadheading include zinnias, cosmos, marigold, daisy, petunia, rose, salvia, and hollyhock. So that does it, guys. I hope you learned something, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.